friends. How are you today? Happy Friday Eve. I haven't been on here for a while, but again, like I said, I like to get on here when I have something to talk about. I'm going to start probably doing some yoga. I just have a lot of things going on because I got certified, and I'll start teaching the class. Yay! I'll start teaching my yoga classes probably sometime in July, and then I'll be teaching my HIIT sizzle class, my sizzle HIIT class, actually starting today. So hopefully people will come out because it's the summertime and people tend to not necessarily like to work out inside. They like to do stuff outside. But I think today, I was telling my husband that, as life is going on, it's like when you get a certain age, today is our 32nd anniversary. Yay, we did it. You start looking at life a little different. You start thinking about, I'm making plans for the future that is 4-5 years out. And sometimes the future that we plan, the position that we're in today, in terms of our mental ability, our physical ability, and our financial ability, and our support, may not be that way next year, the year after that, and so on and so forth. So it makes you kind of nervous to think that if you're not doing stuff right away and operating in the moment, that you may not have that chance to do it and in the level that you want to do it in, because God knows a lot of people are dying. Like my grandfather used to say, a lot of people die and they never died before. So it makes you wonder about your own mortality. Like me putting off and planning for the future, what does my future look like? And it just makes me nervous because I have in my mind the age I want to retire and how I want to retire and the things I want to do. And I keep thinking to myself, what is God's plan? Is God's plan and my plan going to align, and I'll be able to do the things that I want to do and the way I want to do it? And it makes me feel like I need to operate in the right now, but I'm not necessarily prepared to do it right now. So that just makes me kind of nervous. And then I was thinking to myself, I've done all the things the way I was supposed to do it, in terms of how my parents raised me, going to school, finished school, going to college, going to grad school, got married, had children, worked a job, was a stay-at-home mom for a little bit, did everything in terms of supporting my husband on the backside while he did it in the front. And so now that my kids are grown and they're independent of me, my youngest is, he might need to chime in every now and then to get a little assistance, a little guidance, but everyone else is self-sufficient. My parents are good, thank God. But it makes me wonder, now my purpose that I used to have, the position I used to hold in everybody's lives, that's changed. Hey, buddy, what do you want to do? Get up here? Come on. My little dog wants to get up here. So now I have to figure out what my new position is. It can't just be go to work. I work from home now and just work. Because my Mondays through my Sundays look alike right now. Because I work from home, due to some things beyond my control. But just trying to see now, what my place is, understanding that I have things I want to do now that my children are grown and, my husband travels and things and, he gets busy, but trying to find my new place. Again, planning for the future, which is a future that I really don't know what that's going to look like because I don't control some things, but not looking at it as a negative, but just being realistic about that whole thing. And then understanding that, with my new role, how does that look? Trying to carve out, how I want things to be, how I need it to be, because I don't live in an area where I have friends. Like, I don't have any friends here. Like, that's just real. It's me, my dog, and my husband, and my kids, and everybody's doing their own thing. So it's kind of like, it gets kind of frustrating because you never realize that when you have poured into your children and you have set them up and they're all good, then it comes down to, okay, now what do I do? What do I do? Because I go to work, and just waiting for that opportunity to be like a free slave, so what I don't have to be just doing this out here in the woods with the folks. Not too much fun. Just looking for my piece of happiness, because I've already set everyone else up and everyone else is really doing well. But now it's my time, and it's not selfish, But again, I want to make sure that in me planning my time, I have, God willing and the creek don't rise, I hope that nothing changes in such a way that the dreams and the desires of my heart for the future don't change while I'm planning. And again, we don't know the time of the hour, like they used to say back in the day. But I just pray that that's way in the future, like way in the future, because I got plans and I want to see those plans come to light. Does anybody else have that? Talk to me. I'm not begging for likes and I'm not begging for subscribers. This is just me having a conversation to another person, another mother, another wife who might be going through the same thing. Thinking about, again, what does that chapter 2 look like? What does that fourth quarter look like, Because we're all going to move towards retirement age. And right now is preparation for that, because you don't plan it when it's, 1 year out, 2 years out. No. You got to plan it when it's way back so you can set it up financially. You got to get your skills where you might want to be and get some certifications the way you want it to be, because you want your second half to be the things that you want to do, not necessarily making money doing it, or you might make a little money, but it's never about that. It's about the desires of your heart and what did you really want to do that you may not have made a lifestyle doing, but you really have that in your heart. So talk to me. Happy Friday Eve.